I think that Ankalaev just had him guessing a lot with, I think, Pereira's level on the ground. I don't know what level he's at, but I think he's still a bit wary of getting taken down. He definitely defended the takedowns well, but me with an educated eye watching it, I don't think Ankalaev was really trying to take him down that much. I think he definitely tried a couple of times. I think he did 10 or 11 takedown attempts, but I would say only 2 or 3 of them he went full blast. I think the rest of the time he was trying to tire him out with the grappling, standing, like the cage grappling stuff. So I think Ankalaev had the perfect game plan, didn't overcommit, tired him out. I can't believe people watched that fight and thought that Pereira won. It was just wild to me that how many uneducated fans are out there, and how many uneducated fans thought it was a boring fight as well. I thought it was an amazing fight. Both guys did good, and I think that Ankalaev was just a lot better than him on the night. That's it. We've got a new champion, man. Magomed Ankalaev, light heavyweight champion. Congratulations. First of all, great fight. Anyone who says it wasn't doesn't know MMA. The key to winning for Ankalaev, in my opinion, he wanted it more. Pressure. He looked the fresher man. Mixed in between the takedowns and the striking beautifully. I wasn't sure if he would get a little bit ploddy and end up getting caught by the extremely powerful Alex Pereira. Lost his title, but the run that he has been on has warranted an immediate rematch, in my opinion. Magomed Ankalaev, to me, looks like he's got his...
Tom Aspinall has just fired shots at Mo Manacolia and Alex Pereira, claiming they stand no chance against him if they ever move up to heavyweight. He boldly stated he would wipe the floor with both. The truth is, the heavyweight division is currently experiencing one of its weakest eras in years. There are no true superstar names, no blockbuster fights, and certainly no legendary rivalries like we saw in the days of Cain Velasquez, Brock Lesnar, or even Francis Ngannou.
Magomed Ankalaev is going up to heavyweight. Now, he said that he's thought about it, so he believes 2 more fights and he's going to move up. Now, I don't understand why he would do this, not only because there's still a lot of guys he can fight at light heavyweight, but also because as soon as he moves up to heavyweight, he's going to find success early on, but as soon as he gets close to fighting for that belt, everything is going to go downhill because he's 100% not going to be able to beat TomAspinall, Surragon, and Jailton Almeida. So I think Magomed Ankalaev should just focus on ruling the light heavyweight division. TomAspinall gets caught out by Jailton Almeida, since Jailton Almeida believes that he deserves to be next for the title and not Surragon, since he's the only one coming off an excellent performance. And he also said that since there's no fights for him at heavyweight, he'll be down to go down to light heavyweight and fight Magomed Ankalaev for the title. And he believes that if Magomed Ankalaev goes down on his back, he will not be able to get up, since he's a good finisher, so he'll beat Magomed Ankalaev either by knockout or by submission.
Happened to the good old day when the biggest star in the sport could go out there and underperform a little bit, and the judges would give a screw job to the less popular guy. I could tell you plenty of times throughout history where Alex Pereira would still be wearing that belt, which is to beat the champion. You really got to beat the champion. Screw the other guy to protect the champion. That's all that's ever meant. I'm not sure that the Alex Pereira that I saw isn't the greatest Alex Pereira I've ever seen. Alex is supposed to be somebody that you can go take down and beat up, particularly if you got a wrestling background, particularly if you got a wrestling background from Dagestan. That's the story. He never went down once. He's Ankalaev, a man of his word. Does he get credit? Because his words were that I'm going to stand up and I'm going to kickbox with him. I'm going to beat him in the stand-up. That's exactly what he did. I, as a Pereira fan, what I want is Pereira at heavyweight. And if in a month from now we come out with a poster and it's TomAspinall versus Alex Pereira, I think you guys are pretty excited. That's my guess.
Honestly, bro, as you go down the list, yeah, a lot of these guys, Spivak lost recently, Tabora's lost recently, Derek Lewis is on a win streak, but I think
this division is shit.
It's cooked, bro. It's cooked.
Like,
Teixeira's lost.
Tom B's gone. He's cooking. Yes.
Yeah.
Tom B's gone. Like, Almeida's the only maybe other problem.
That's not a problem for Tom. Nah, not at all.
Aspinall may hold the belt, but he's already defeated most of the top contenders in the division. After Cyril Gane and Jailton Almeida, the options are slim. The division feels empty, and fans are starting to wonder what's next. That's why all eyes are turning toward light heavyweights like Magomed Ankalaev and Alex Pereira. Ankalaev has openly said he'll move up once his current contract ends, and Pereira, already a 2-division champ, is teasing a jump to heavyweight.
Alex Pereira's been eyeing that move up to the heavyweight division. Do you think he still has a lot to prove before making the jump up?
He has nothing to prove. If he wants to come up, I'm sure they'll let him come up.
Heavyweight's a different game. Our skulls are bigger. We also hit harder. If he wants to be a heavyweight, he can give it a shot. I don't think it's a good idea.
What was your reaction to the Yuri Prohaska knockout?
To be expected, to be honest. Yuri's really, really good. He knocked him out 6 months ago.
Is that a fight you would take if he used to come up to heavyweight?
Yeah, I'll take it. And I'll wrestle. I want to shoot immediately.
Tom Aspinall said the same thing. He said
the bell would go and I'd run across, full blast and rugby tackling.
Are you surprised none of the fighters have gone in with that game plan?
Well, a couple of people took him down, but I would do it like instantly. 40-yard dash. He wouldn't be getting up. I'd either knock myself out going in or I'd keep him there for a bit.
Final one for me, just away from this card. Alex Pereira has been over the heavyweight division, wants to move to the heavyweight division. And
he hasn't been looming over the heavyweight division.
A
People
lot of
have been
guys
saying he should go to the heavyweight division.
he did call out the heavyweight champs he wanted to fight after UFC 300, I believe. And he's stepped up for you guys so much this year. Is that something that you'd love to see at some point? Maybe not necessarily the next fight for him.
When Pereira gets done with Uncle Lio, his career is going to be different, and it doesn't matter if he wins or loses. If he wins, he is cleaned out light heavyweight. Pereira loses, he's gone. I feel like many of you have forgot how Pereira got to 205 pounds. He did not get to 205 by cleaning out 185. He got to 205 by losing at 185. So no matter what happens after Uncle Lio, things are going to be very different for Pereira. I predict he's moving up. Ticking time bomb of John Jones and TomAspinall. That time bomb reaches midnight as soon as Pereira is done with his piece of business with Uncle Lio.
As an elite level fighter myself, you can't help but be impressed with what Alex Pereira has done over the past couple of years. You know what I mean? This time, a few years ago, no one knew who he was, and now he's like one of the biggest stars in MMA. One of the best fighters in UFC history, and I really, really respect what he's done. Does that mean that I don't want to fight him? No, I absolutely want to fight him, but I'm sure there'll be a time and a place for it. I'm not jumping ahead of things right now. I'm fighting Curtis Blades now, and if that's what the UFC want to do one day, then we'll absolutely do it.
I'm sure it's a dream fight that you've seen on the internet yourself.
You got any more questions for me?
I'm saying Jones moving up to heavyweight was the dream for a long time. We got that, so I feel like that similar storyline is going to happen with Alex Pereira.
Well, you got Jones fighting Stipe. Whoever wins that, they fight TomAspinall. Where does he fit into this right now?
There is a lot going on. There is a lot going on for you. I agree with that.
Anybody else?
For many fans, these are the only fights that offer Aspinall a fresh challenge, or the kind of super fight energy the heavyweight division desperately needs. But the real question is, can either man actually beat Tom Aspinall? The MMA community is divided. Ankaleev is one of the most technical and composed fighters at 205. He brings strong wrestling, calculated striking, and a grinding style that could frustrate bigger opponents. Meanwhile, Pereira is arguably the most dangerous striker in MMA today. His left hook, his knockout power, and his championship mindset make him a real threat to anyone.
I think people have done wrong so far against Pereira.
Yeah, I can't say that people have done anything wrong, really. I think that everyone has gone in there and they've tried their best. and he's had an answer for that. So, yeah, I can't be the judge of right or wrong. I'd say, I'm in a similar boat, right? It's not that I am saying, yeah, I know everything right. No, I believe in myself. I believe in my skills and my abilities. And now, I get to be the next guy to go in there and put it to the test, and if he has an answer for it, he has an answer for it. But I really feel good about myself in this one, and I feel good about the people around me, like I said. So I'm very excited, very excited.
Back to Magomed. When you see the footage of him going home with the belt that was yours, and all the hoopla and stuff, how does that make you feel?
People say that he won, people say that he lost, people say that I win, very contested, right? Why didn't give it a draw and I left with the belt?
So so you are very motivated to get the belt back.
Absolutely. I can't wait for this moment to happen again, and it's going to be a very different fight. That day was not the same Alex Pereira, so if come the regular Alex Pereira, it's already more than that. But imagine now if it's different. It doesn't have to be a knockout, but I feel that I have enough game to do whatever I want with this guy.
But once fans compare Ankaleev and Pereira directly to Aspinall, the tone starts to shift. Aspinall's combination of speed, size, and well-rounded skill might just be too much. He's bigger, stronger, and far more comfortable at heavyweight. His grappling is levels above Pereira's, and his striking is sharper and faster than Ankaleev's. So while these matchups look exciting on paper, many believe that in reality, Aspinall might steamroll both men.
Here's a question with Aspinall. What happens with Aspinall in the second round? You want to talk about a guy who sprints. Yeah. You want to talk about a guy who's fast. One of the fastest heavyweights. He might be the fate in the history of the sport. I don't think anybody moves like that guy does. He beat everybody else's ass, too. All the other heavyweights, ragdoll dudes way bigger than him. He's just a freak. And he is, again, the next the next advancement of the evolution of the sport.
How so?
Well, because he can do everything. That guy's got elite jiu-jitsu. He's got elite takedowns. His striking is outstanding. I mean, he knocked out Sergey, who's the scariest striker in all of MMA.
Yeah.
And he knocked him out in the first round. And the way he did it was just picture perfect. Like, I've seen a lot of heavyweight, even Francis, who's like the greatest, scariest power striker I've ever seen in the heavyweight division. No one's scarier than Francis. Francis does not move like Tom Aspinall. Tom Aspinall is significantly faster than every other heavyweight. That's a real problem. At a 250 plus pound frame, his movement's extraordinary.
Y'all think John Jones don't want to fight Tom Aspinall? Is Tom Aspinall that good where John Jones should be worried? I think John Jones, me personally, nothing against Tom Aspinall. I think John Jones will walk through him.
I personally think it's the toughest fight on hand for him, and why for him chance his legacy of losing a fight that he probably doesn't even have to take. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need to prove himself anymore. I think it's a tough fight. I mean, I do think, betting on the fight, I'm betting on John Jones, but I still think that Aspinall's got enough like athleticism to close a distance, right? Like John Jones wants this distance. He loves this. He's got this distance. And Aspinall's one of the heavyweights that he'd be fighting that can close the distance hard and fast.
You think Aspinall got a chance of beating John?
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, you've been in there with John. Yeah. You know, I've trained with Aspinall. I've held pads for him. I've also, been around Francis a lot, and I understand what that heavyweight athlete looks like. Tom Aspinall is everything as advertised.
There's one guy who can mimic a John Jones on the feet. It's Rico Verhoeven.
He's going to wipe the floor. He's going to wipe the floor with John Jones.
You believe
John Jones 100%. Doesn't have a chance versus Tom Aspinall. Mark my words. Tom Aspinall is a freaking monster.
I love it.
On his feet and on the ground. So, and I truly believe that John Jones has never faced somebody that is that good on his feet. On the ground, he's faced some guys that are pretty good. But on his feet, I think Tom is, he would even do good in the kickboxing ring. He would be a top competitor for to fight me as well.
The narrative is clear. Tom Aspinall is so dominant that the current heavyweight roster can't keep up. Fans are already predicting that once he beats Cyril Gane in Abu Dhabi and possibly handles Jailton Almeida, the UFC will have to look outside the division for challengers. That means Ankalaev and Pereira moving up may not be just speculation, it might become a necessity. But would it even make a difference? Many in the MMA world argue that Aspinall would dominate them anyway. Ankalaev's technique could crumble under the size disadvantage. Pereira's fearsome striking might be neutralized by Aspinall's superior grappling. To many, Aspinall is simply operating on a different level.
Finally got Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. Chill, we've been screaming about this Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane for a long time. UFC 321, Tom minus 325, Gane plus 260. We finally got the fight, but the world doesn't seem to believe, Chill, that it's a close fight. And I don't really agree with that line. I think this fight is much closer. Tom Aspinall minus 325, Cyril Gane plus 265.
Tom Aspinall is the undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. What's the first step for him?
You give him the number one contender, Cyril Gane. Cyril Gane is somebody that's a big heavyweight, that's very agile. I don't think Tom Aspinall gets rid of him right away like he has with other people. And I think that'll be a big indication if John Jones wants to come back and reclaim that bout once again.
I think you're absolutely right. Fight that makes sense. Tom Aspinall, Cyril Gane. Let's make that happen. Cyril Gane is... People forget how fantastic he is. A guy that can kind of float around the octagon, touch you, kick you, hit you with elbow. He's just a complete game. But man, Tom's movement, his boxing, speed, and his power, it's very, very difficult to doubt this man anymore.
While Ankalaev and Pereira may be the only names capable of reigniting interest in the heavyweight scene, if Aspinall is truly as elite as fans believe, even those fights may fall short. At the end of the day, Tom Aspinall is not just the champion, he's the future of the heavyweight division. The UFC needs fresh blood, and maybe even cross-division super fights, to keep the division alive. But whether that's enough to challenge Aspinall, that remains doubtful.